Hello students, good morning. Welcome to a new video of Sunanda's tutorial. Today we will discuss about the general characteristic features of bryophytes, which is another class of under cryptogams. So they are non-vascular cryptogams. Under cryptogams, three groups are there. One is thallophyte, one is bryophyte, one is pteridophyte. We have already discussed about thallophytes, that they are algae and fungi. Then it comes the bryophyte. Later on we will discuss about the pteridophytes. Today we will discuss only about the general characteristic features, or it is only the introduction class of bryophytes. So what is bryophyte? The term Bryophyta originates from the word bryon, means moss, and phyton means plant. Bryophyta include embryophytes. Embryophytes means those who can produce embryo like moss, horn rot, liver rot. These are small plants that grow in sandy and damp areas. They lack vascular tissues, so they are called as non-vascular cryptogams. They do not produce flowers and seeds but can reproduce through producing spores. The study of bryophytes is called bryology, and the scientist who study about bryophyta known as bryologist. Then why they are called amphibians of plant kingdom? Bryophytes are called as amphibians of plant kingdom as they are terrestrial plant but require water to complete their life cycle at the time of sexual reproduction. So they need both land and water for completing their life cycle. So they are known as the amphibians of plant kingdom. Then habitat of Bryophyta. They are non-vascular terrestrial plant but require water for reproduction. Bryophytes are expected mainly in warm and moist area, especially in tropics and subtropics. Peat moss grow in marshy region. General characteristic: plants generally occur in damp and shaded areas. Plant body is thallus-like, that is prostrate or erect. It is attached to the substratum not by the root, by rhizoids, which are unicellular or maybe multicellular. In some groups of bryophytes they are unicellular. In some groups of bryophytes they are multicellular. So the bryophytes have a root-like organ called as rhizoids, who help them to attach with the substratum, and it may be unicellular or multicellular. They lack vegetative structure and have root-like, stem-like and leaf-like structure, but not true root, not true stem, not true leaf. Plant lack vascular system, so it is called as non-vascular cryptogams. Bryophytes show alternation of generation between independent gametophyte with sex organ which produce sperm and egg, and dependent sporophyte which contains spore. That means the main plant body of bryophyte is haploid, which is the next point, that the dominant part of the plant body is gametophyte, which is haploid. The main plant body of bryophytes are called as the gametophyte, and it represents the gametophytic generation. That plant body or gametophytic plant body are haploid in nature, and it produces gametes, male gamete and female gamete. The next generation, which is the sporophyte generation, depend on the gametophyte for their nutrition. The thalloid gametophyte is differentiated into rhizoids, that means root-like organ, axis, that is stem-like organ, and a leaf-like organ sometimes present in gametophyte phase of the bryophyte. The gametophyte bears multicellular sex organs. They bear multicellular sex organs, and it is photosynthetic, that means chloroplast present in gametophyte of the bryophyte. Antheridium, that is male sex organ, produce antherozoids, that means sperm, which are biflagellated. Biflagellated means they have two flagella. The shape of archegonium is a flask-like structure. It is a flask-like structure. The archegonium, which is the female sex organ, is flask-like structure and produce one egg. And the male sex organ, which is antheridium, produce antherozoids which are biflagellated. That means two flagella are present. Then the antherozoid fuse with egg to form zygote. Zygote is the diploid structure. First, the gametophytic phase or gametophytic plant produce male and female sex organ. The female sex organ produce egg and male sex organ produce antherozoids or sperm. They fuse to form zygote, which is diploid structure. Next, the zygote develops into multicellular sporophyte. Then that zygote divide and redivide to form a multicellular sporophyte. The sporophyte is semi-parasitic. That means partially dependent on, partially or fully. In some bryophytes, they are partially dependent on gametophytic plant. In many bryophytes, they are fully dependent on the gametophyte for their nutrition. Cells of sporophyte undergo meiosis to form haploid gametes which form a gametophyte. The juvenile gametophyte known as protonema, that means firstly formed gametophyte is known as protonema. The sporophyte, which is formed by differentiation of zygote, have food, seta and capsule. So it is all about your general characteristic features of bryophyte. In next class I will discuss other topics that are related to your bryophytes. So stay tuned and enjoy my videos. Thank you.